Good morning. So we are in the midst of social distancing, or what is otherwise a freelancer's life, but without the health hazards. But I thought I will record this after a really long time, and I actually don't know for who, because I think whoever I had asked to to view my videos, I'm sure they moved on to other more regular programming elsewhere. Anyway, they were just my friends. So I haven't read a book in a really, really long time, and I wanted to talk about whether something like this is similar to what is called genteel poverty. Like you're earning money, you're earning well enough to provide food, clothing, shelter for yourself, but you don't have you can't afford the lifestyle that you are living, and it's a kind of poverty that gets in the way of actually maintaining the social protocols that you're after, that you're used to. So for example, you can afford your bread and butter, etc., but if you're visiting a friend for dinner or something, you can't take the good wine as a house gift, or something like that, or you can't host a dinner at your place because it's too expensive to do that. So but outwardly you're fine, you know. So okay, so that was genteel poverty. What I wanted to talk about if was if there is an equivalent to that, like a genteel illiteracy, which is what I'm feeling, because a lot of the reading that I do is work related. It's hardly ever a book. If it is, then these are technical manuals or user guides, or legal documentation, because I'm in the middle of doing something of that sort. So I haven't read fiction or even non-fiction, a proper solid narrative, in a long time, and I wonder if there is a part of my brain that is disintegrating because I can't follow plot or structure or anything like that anymore. So I want to get back to it, obviously, but here's the dilemma. So there was a book that I had started, and I really, really like the book, because I really like the author. But that aside, the book itself is very good. Haroon and the Sea of Stories by Salman Rushdie. And I started the book during a particularly rocky patch. I was in the middle of a really, really unpleasant and tough project. And a children's story is such a nice, nourishing, comforting place to go back to at the end of a day. And then I started reading that, and I stopped that because there was another project that I got on, and then something else happened, and I have tried to read that book in fits and starts. And every time I've gone back to the book, it's quite nice, actually, because Rushdie, I think he has that knack of taking in a reader at whatever point they leave the story. And the book itself is set in a world called Kahani, in a country called Kahani. So it's a very, very charming book, but I've not been able to read it so far. And now I think that if I do have to start my reading practice again, should I have to go back to that book, or should I start with something new? Because I don't know if as readers you also face that if you have stopped reading a book, then if you've left a book midway, then you are caught between finishing that book completely, or else just abandoning that book and taking on a new one. So that's where I'm at. But I think that maybe this video is my permission or my release slip. So I'll let Haroon sit aside for a while, and I'll take up something else. So hopefully reading shall happen.